Oh my goodness.
That was scary.
Oh my gosh. I had so much fun making that.
Oh, you did a nice job. That really looks good. I mean, I'm serious. That's good.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let me get back to the comments here. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Paranormal Investigation. And for those of you who are new to Paranormal Investigation, it's just that we investigate using the paranormal. And so we like to find haunted places, and some places that aren't like malevolent hauntings. We have beautiful energies in some places that we've investigated too, and it's wonderful. I love it. I love it. I love it. Avana, how are you?
I am so good. It is so good to see you again. I know it's been a couple of months. I know that I mixed up my schedule a couple of times. I apologize. We were supposed to do
No.
shows, and I'm like, what? What show?
And then the
So
storm.
exactly right. But I apologize for that. But
Oh
thank you for
no, no
having me on your
apologies
show.
necessary. So
And
thank you for coming.
absolutely. Thanks for having me. And just happy to
I'm
be here.
excited tonight. So tonight, let me put up the banner and then we'll start welcoming everybody in. So welcome, welcome. Tonight we investigate the Mansfield Reformatory in Mansfield, Ohio. I'm excited because I've only done land and homes. I've never done a informatory. What is this? Even like
It,
it's a
it's a
reformatory.
huge. It's a reformatory. It's like basically like a huge prison
Right,
from
right.
many many moons ago. They actually
Yeah.
built it in 1896,
1896.
and they closed. It closed in 1990.
I can't believe it's that recent. I thought it was much close it way before then. I gotta try to
Yes,
make.
they actually, and as I recall from what I was reading, they did close it because of like inhumane conditions, and they just, it just really got. There's actually another prison right next to it.
I'm
That's what
for
they built.
real.
Yeah, but they built the penitentiary next door to it, and then that's what also delayed about
Oh,
10 years or so. They were supposed to leave about 10 years sooner, close it about 10 years sooner, but they were constructing the other prison, which they were having, I guess, some issues with. Again, and I could be wrong with all that, but that's as I recall. Anybody that's really into this, I'm sure you're going to be able to
yeah,
correct things, but
yeah.
I agree with you. Even for to go to 1980, 1985, 1990,
That's
whatever.
100 years, right?
Yeah, it basically was in service
Just
for
shy of
100
100
years. Yeah,
years.
almost a year. Yeah, 100,
That's
almost
incredible.
100 years.
So it's got some stories to tell, and that's why we're here tonight.
That is why we're here tonight. Absolutely.
All right, so what we're going to do before we go into the stories, say hello to people. Um, Hi, Tony, who it is midnight there, so she said she'd watch the replay. Because I think of her every time because I love when everybody joins in. It just
Yes.
adds more accents and people using different decks pick up on different energies and it just becomes a wonderful story.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
of course, we have to disclaim, even though throughout this, I don't know, this may be my sixth one. I don't know. I have to go back. Even though we get some intriguing informations and some just compelling information that just resonates, we still have to disclaim it's for entertainment purposes only, of course.
Absolutely. Yes.
But we hope that our intuitive channeling is correct in what we do. And sometimes we get confirmation in one form or another. So that's awesome. So, and I don't know if anybody in chat's ever been there. Um, Let us know. So anyway, so Tony, enjoy the replay. And Tony probably will, I'm imagining, gonna pull some cards, and she'll probably
Awesome.
duplicate some things and put them in the hidden hollow. So Heather's here. She's going to hang out for a little bit. And then who's this? Avana's here. Look at that. Welcome. Welcome. I couldn't have done it without you. Oh, lovely Nancy's here. Apparently she was up all night with some of the others in chat with Scott doing a marathon till 4 in the morning or something like that.
Awesome. I didn't even know that was going on.
He's been doing a few marathons apparently. Okay, and then Avana Ocean GD is my son, says Brendan.
I love that.
And let's see, we have Nancy again. We have Heather again. We have Fatima's here.
Hi, Fatima.
I hope you enjoyed your reading this afternoon. I love reading for Fatima. She has wonderful energy. And then, of course, Jackie. Thank you, Jackie. I know you were up with these marathons too, so I so appreciate you being here. Okay, so I don't know how many people. We have 12 in chat, it says. Betsy Palmer will be lurking. She's worked lurking in lovely Hawaii. And I hope everything's going well in Hawaii and it's starting its healing phases.
Sure.
And so, yes, drum roll. This is going to be fascinating. And Christine, thank you for joining me tonight, Christine. Happy to see you here. And then, let's see. I think Mel's here. Mel from Woolly Hermit, thank you for coming. Mel actually was my first investigation of positive energies in her home.
Oh, nice.
And it was the most lovely investigation. She has two lovely spirits in her home, one being her father and another lady who owned the home previously. And we got wonderful information. So that was a nice change from scary. And Beck, happy to see you again. So happy you're here. So happy you're all here. This is going to be so much fun. I think, Sonia's here.
Oh, hi.
Sonia, how are you, Sonia? Sonia had the privilege, gave me the privilege. She won my little contest for my channelversary and got a free reading from me. And it was a wonderful chat and wonderful reading. So I hope you're doing well, Sonia. And then, okay. So Beck is doing her emojis, but they're coming out in Sanskrit. I'll call it Sanskrit. Oh my gosh. The first time that happened, I'm like, what is this? So apparently some people's devices, it'll show here on my, this is why I also keep chat here too.
Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely.
Can't use emojis in StreamYard. And so let me add one in my little thing here. Where's my little thing here? I love this. Okay. All right. I love my little ghost. Oh, and let me introduce for those who have not met Boo. This is Tarot Boo.
Tarot Boo. I love it.
Tarot Boo will be assisting us tonight. Almost forgot. So, okay. I just, I'm so excited.
So wait a minute. Did you see Nancy a Crohn's Intuition? She says, Ginger, I served 5 tough years there. What?
Nancy, explain yourself. No, I didn't see that comment.
Yeah, I was.
I served 5 tough years. They're scary. Actually, Nancy, did you work there as a nurse? Because Nancy was, I believe, a nurse. Explain yourself. Yourself.
I'm sure, you can give us a lot of insight.
No. Oh my God.
And absolutely, I think Heather asked about pulling cards. And yeah, absolutely, pull cards and help us out here. Join in.
Let's see, what does Beck say? After you and Scott's reading, I went into a deep healing meditation. Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So, yes, if you enjoyed tonight's show and during the time, please hit that thumbs up. It helps the channel grow. And if you enjoy it or come up with more information, please comment after the show down in the description comments and let us know what you think. If you enjoy it, want to see more, any suggestions of other places. Do you know a place you want to come on, or you want to just shoot us the place and we'll have somebody come on with me to investigate? I just love it. This is my my first love is the paranormal.
Oh, that's awesome.
Aside from my two lovely souls, I call my sons. Paranormal is just, I've always been fascinated with the paranormal.
Yeah.
And it could be my mom's fault. Growing up, she always watched the scary movies, the hauntings and stuff like that. And though I was never invited, I was too young, they went haunted house hunting.
Oh, I would be so scared. That's the problem. I love it, but I love having a distance from it.
Exactly. So Heather says she knows. So forgive me, everybody, if I'm going to clear my throat often. I apologize ahead of time and during. I'm still having some sinus issues. So yeah, email me that. I would love it. So Halloween is coming.
Just very quickly, right. I might have to let my dog out. So if I go away for a moment, I just because I'm letting her in and out, but I'll mute. I can still hear everything, but I'll mute and I'll turn off my video for a moment. So just if I get up, that I'll be right back and I can hear it all. Yeah. But yeah, I do like watching the stuff with Halloween. Like during October, they play a lot of these shows and that, which I love watching. And then I get properly scared and I'm afraid to get off the couch and I don't do it late at night. And
not much scares me as far as I think I'm jaded in watching all the movies. But one time in high school, nobody wanted to stay up with me, of course, to watch The Exorcist.
Oh no, I've never even seen
that.
And
so I went to bed, and I don't even remember ever having a TV in my room. But that night, I had a small TV on a little stand right in front of my face, laying down, and I fell asleep. And then I woke up just in time when Regan was all decrepit and decaying and the guacamole scene. And I went, nope, turned it off. I don't think I'm ready.
Well, that reminds me, years ago, I fell asleep. I had the TV on. I fell asleep. I woke up and it was the end of a scary movie. I don't know which movie it was, but I didn't realize it was a scary movie because I had fallen asleep. Okay. So I wake up and I'm like, okay, all of a sudden on the screen, it's like a grave site and a hand shoots up out of the grave. Scared the bejesus out of me. Okay.
I know what movie that is. I just can't think of the title.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a popular one, but I'm like,
one of those
I was scared to get out of bed to turn off the TV,
I'm such a sucker. Was it last weekend? I wasn't feeling that well, so I just laid on the couch all day watching, and I called them stupid horror movies because they were stupid, but I couldn't stop watching them either. So I love B horror movies. I just love it.
it. Roger Corman, those type. Yeah. I think wasn't he one of the producers of them? I don't remember.
The three-headed shark.
Yeah.
I had to watch them all. Anyways, we can go just all kinds of spider webbing squirrels. Speaking of, I go outside this morning and to my right next to like probably 3 feet from my face, a beautiful rider spider, but the body was like this big. And I'm like, I took some pictures of it.
Isn't it funny? You just like, that's beautiful, but
scary. You stay over there.
Yeah, you stay over there. I'm going to stay here. I rented a house once and I did not know what these were, but I'm sure somebody does. But I rented a house. It was a beautiful home, actually. I went in the garage and it was kind of like dirty and, whatever. And I didn't realize they were like spiders that hop, like they have big back legs like grasshoppers or something. I don't know what they are. And they started hopping around. I got so scared. I was like, oh no way. Oh my gosh, right? But I just remember those spiders. I'm like, I've never seen that before.
Oh my goodness.
And as I recall, somebody knew what they were and they said it years. I'm like, whatever. I do not want to see them.
Tarantulas have always been a popular pet. Why, I don't know. But the new millennial pet is jumping spiders.
Okay, right. Whatever these
spiders. But
no,
up close, they look like the cutest little thing. As a matter of fact,
I'm sure they're wonderful.
I don't
keep it over there. I'll be over here.
Okay, so who in chat got the three trees tarot? That's a tongue twister. Stephanie Burrows and Adam Ollier of Oak, Ash, and Thorn.
Yeah.
They created a oracle deck. Oracle deck. And it is freaking adorable. Oh, speaking of, let's get in the mood.
Yeah, let's get in the mood.
But look at this. They even put a little jumping spider.
There you go.
He can stay in the picture. Actually, a couple of years ago, I had this little black jumping spider that seemed to like to watch me get ready in the morning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In the afternoon, he was nowhere to be seen. When I would get up in the morning and I get out of the shower, start my makeup, there he is.
Yeah.
On my mirror, just watching me. And he ended up being like my buddy. He was my friend.
Right. I mean, right. Absolutely.
He was cute. Okay, so Kristen's here. She may be lurking. She's been to the reformatory.
Awesome.
So she didn't see anything while she was there. But once we get into, hi Aries, Dawn. Thank you for popping in. I love it. So before we get into the story, let's get going because we can just be everywhere all night long. So what I like to do, even though this is for entertainment purposes only, we do open ourselves up. So to the divine and everything. But since we're going to try to find the story and possibly connect with a entity or spirit, passenger, whatever, I still like to call in protection. So do you have a protection mantra you use?
I actually use one in the morning that's actually pre-recorded. It's not too hard, but if you have one, you can go ahead. Yeah.
It's just a random whatever comes on the top of my head, but okay. So just everybody take a deep breath because I feel these energies go through the Ethernet as well as the universe. So so everybody in chat, I'd like you to join in too. And I just call in the infinite intelligence of the white light of protection and Archangel Michael and his mighty sword to protect each and every one of us from lower energy being attachments. We would like to communicate, but not have the attachment. So keep these at arm's length. But just protect each and every one of us, our spiritual guides and visitors, and and then hope that everything is just happy and fun. So all right, thank you. So just a quick little calling it in. One of these days I might write one down and actually
right. The one that I listen to that's recorded that I start my day with, I have to write that down because if I ever lose this recording, I really like it. You know what I mean? I need to write this down just so I have it, you know?
Right. All right. Wonderful. Okay. So everybody in chat, if you have a deck, an oracle deck, a tarot deck, and you want to join in, please do. I'll be saying the questions. Some questions I do have typed in. But since this is a reformatory penitentiary kind of thing, some questions will be different. But so take a moment, go grab a deck if you want to join in. You're welcome to. You're welcome to put in the chat what you're feeling, getting even through mediumship or, you know, spirit speaking through you. You're welcome to join in. So what we're going to do is start off with Avana. Wait, I have to. I will be your ghost for this evening. Enter at your own risk. Okay.
Hold on. I'll be right back. Here's my dog needs to
Here's
go
a dog.
out.
Okay. Yeah. So I just absolutely love the paranormal, and I appreciate everybody being here tonight and joining in, because this is going to be real fun. I've just heard stories of haunted prisons and jail sites, and it's just obviously mostly malevolent. But sometimes I've heard in some cases the prisoners coming through declaring their innocence, that they were wrongly accused and stuff. But
yeah.
So what I want to know first, we're just going to have Avana tell little bits of her story, a little bit at a time, and we'll pause here and there and ask some questions. So what I want to know, coming from your car, the parking lot, whatever, looking at this massive place, and before you walk in, what are your thoughts?
Well, obviously, you know, driving down there and everything, it was like, okay, you're getting, you know, you're kind of excited. I was getting kind of excited. It was my husband and I. We visited almost a decade ago. So what things look like today, I don't know. It was probably 10 years ago when we were there. But I will tell you, you know, you park and you do have this very, very big building. And I will show you, I have a picture here. It's on my phone. But this is really what it looks like. So let me see here.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's what it looks like. You come up to this big building. Now behind it, the warden lived here and his family. Those are obviously administrative offices and that. And then the prison was behind it, was connected, I believe, to it. But you see what it looks like an 1896 type of building. I mean, that's when it was built. And I'm not sure if we mentioned it, but it was built in 1896. They finally moved the last prisoners out of it in 1990. So it was almost 100 years that it was, you know, functioning and working. And I did read, and I could be, again, I didn't really do a deep dive into the research here, but over those years, I believe that 200 people passed away there. 200. Whether it was from, you know,
if not more that we don't know about, right?
Right. So it wasn't, you know, it wasn't that nobody, obviously, it wasn't like a lot of people when you think about 100 years, okay? But it was certainly quite a few people.
Yeah.
This prison, or this is called the Mansfield Reformatory. And if you've ever seen the Shawshank Redemption movie, that was the location of the Shawshank Redemption. So that's, if you pull that movie back up or pull it back out, you should recognize it, you know.
So walking up to it, what?
Yeah, walking up to it, of course, you know, as I recall, I mean, you know, you're kind of like waiting to see something. We went inside, and there's I remember there was like a gift shop, and there was a place to get tickets. And if nothing else, there was a group of people, obviously, because they do tours there, you know. Yeah. And I just remember kind of feeling just overwhelmed and excited. I mean, like, what's going to happen? And they took us through, you know, we got started, and I don't remember all the rooms and all the areas. I know we went to like a chapel area, and they would have us wherever they would take us. They would stay there for like 5 or 10 minutes, sometimes turning out the lights, you know, to see if you saw anything or felt anything. But because it was in the evening, I will tell you, the tour was in the fall, as I recall, and it was dark out. It was like getting dark, because it was like, you know, it wasn't bright sunshine coming in the windows or anything. It was starting to get dark out. And I know we went into like a chapel area for that was one of the parts we visited. That I didn't really feel too much, but you just never really knew. Like you know, you kind of had this. I felt like this trepidation, like I don't know. And then we went up into an attic place where we all like, they had us all like sit down along both the walls of the attic, and they turned off the lights for like 10 or 15 minutes. I mean, it was pitch black. Again,
Yeah.
didn't get anything there. Okay. Yeah. That's what I was waiting for, right?
That would scare me.
Nobody really got anything there. But I will tell you, in fact, I have some pictures here just to kind of give you the flavor. These are actually pictures we took when we were there. And this is like how the hallway looked. It was usually pretty dark where you walked in that, and you
wait.
yeah, and you would walk down the hallway, and you can see there were like, you know, the wall here, and then the prison cells on this side. But I mean, now what it looks like today, I don't know, because again, it might be much more cleaned up. I don't know what they've done over it for 10 years, because they are like, you know, renovating it or maintaining it.
My imagination is going wild, going, I think I see something in there. They're all peering out, looking, who's this?
Yeah, I mean, if anyone can go, I'll tell you what, it was definitely a fun tour to go on. And then this is one of the
oh, there we go.
One of the cells. So you can see you had like a bed, two beds. There was like one bed here, a bed there, a sink, a toilet, and I don't know, maybe that was for hand towels or something. I don't know what that was for. But you can see, right? I mean, these were pretty small cells for 2 people, and you know, they not much to do. I don't recall if that was a window. I don't believe you could really look out of anything, but that's basically what the inside looks like for most of the cells.
Okay, wait to show the other,
okay, all right,
the one. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. Awesome. So, all right. Here goes my throat.
Oh, and I did want to mention, I did look it up too, and it says that was it was called a reformatory because that was for people that were too old for juvenile correction, but they were minor offenses, and it wasn't enough to send them like to the penitentiary.
Okay, so it was
kind of like a middle area, right? It was kind of like a middle area. It was a reformatory, and it said that you would get an 18-month sentence if you ended up in there. You got 18 months, and they focused on 3 things: religion, education, giving you an education, and teaching you a trade. And after that 18 months, if you if you were reformed, as however they defined reformed, I don't know, but if you were reformed, you were released. If you were not reformed, you got 18 months.
Oh.
So yeah, so that's basically how, like a halfway house. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, so we may have had some people that had to serve consecutive.
Right.
And then once they got to age, they went next door. You said there's a penitentiary next door now?
Like the new, like I don't want to say the new one, but one from like 1990 to current. And it is like a regular penitentiary, prison, as I recall, with the razor wire and,
Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm going to reword this question. Okay, so since this is not a home, I'm going to reword this question. What is all right, start shuffling, everybody, because we're going to start I'm going to start trying to figure out this place. Okay, and I'll say that. Okay, so first let's just picture yourself outside of the place. And so what we're going to do is sometimes they say places are haunted because it's like a given, a lot went on in there and stuff like that. So our first question really is going to be about what's the overall energies of this place. And we're going to start there before we go inside.
Okay.
So what are the overall energies of this place? Is it truly haunted? Is it made up stories? Did they all stand in circles singing Kumbaya every night?
Maybe.
Or did they all get the old pentagram thing going and circle of candles? Okay. All right, so the overall energies of Mansfield Reformatory. Okay, so let's do this. Oh, I had a popper. Okay, so I want to look at the chat real quick. Welcome, Andre. Yes, we're not doing readings tonight. We are investigating a haunted reformatory. So, but you're welcome to watch and sit back or join us if you have a deck or two. Interesting. So, my first card I pull out is the Hermit card.
Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Go ahead.
But look, you said it's like almost 100 years old, 1890s, and look at the whole energy of this card. And so definitely that Hermit energy makes a lot of sense, because some of them were put into, they were cut away from the world, so they probably saw very little light in these stone rooms. And but you said they also did trade,
Yeah, right.
Trades. So this would make sense.
Yeah.
And then I wonder, it's the funniest world card ever. I don't know. But they were marked from society, basically, if I do that kind of energy. Wounded, he's wounded here.
And look at how dark his eyes, like there's a dark band on his eyes.
Yeah, it's like he's painted.
Yeah.
So hidden from society and marked and wounded. I'm sure they went in there scared and wounded.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull one more.
Yeah.
2 points. Interesting. Okay, so I'll pull it anyways. I'm sure there were no women in there, but except for maybe nurses.
Well, I know the warden had his family and his wife lived there.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
But 2 of coins, they were faced with decisions, and it's either, stay here for the rest of your life or go out in the real world. And maybe, although this looks like a card of luxury, maybe this is that wife. But as far as overall energy, I'm thinking at some point they tried to make them feel a little comfortable, like you're not being terribly punished. We're going to give you a chance to reform, of course. But a lot of, let's just say, a lot of bookwork, a lot of paperwork, a lot of charts to be had and kept and stuff like that.
Yeah. No, maybe, you're right.
Yeah, maybe it was a woman who did a lot of the journaling, so to speak.
That could very well be. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, what'd you get?
Well, I have like 6 cards here, but it's so weird because I got like a juxtaposition of like kind of a positive and then not so positive set of cards.
Yeah.
The first card I got is the Empress card, which is kind of like you. And in fact, I'm going to show these first 3 because they're very positive. I got the Empress card, I got the 3 of Cups, and I got the Magician card. And I got the feeling that, yes, like almost like what you said, when you went in, it's like, well, this is just a reformatory. We're going to take care of you. You're going to learn. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna reform you. It's very like bright and sunny. And I understand it's not bright and sunny. Don't get me wrong, but kind of like that's the image out there that this is a good like halfway house type place to go. Okay, and things are gonna be very positive.
Yeah.
Kind of when you get in there, I pulled some other cards from the Golden Insights deck, and I got this one. I got the 4. It says tough decisions. Fork in the road, at a crossroads, no going back.
Oh my gosh.
Right? Kind of like, Yeah. And then I got the clock. Time pressures, timing issues, ease time's grip when the time is right. Almost like people are counting down the calendar. They're counting down the clock on that 18 months, right? And it's funny because these cards are like white and bright and yellow, and then these are like dark.
Right.
These cards just are naturally black background. Kind of gives like more
Yes.
to me. Now I'm getting this foreboding feeling. I got the angel card, which does say
Oh,
divinely protected, connect with your angels, you are not alone, and divine intervention. Okay. So kind of like still, people having this protection that, you would go in. But the last card that was at the bottom of the deck is the chair. And this is interesting. And this says, wait, taking no action, not the right time, holding back and avoiding. And this reminded me of one of the rooms we were in, that they actually leave a chair in the middle of the room, because when they remove the chair, they get more like activity, I believe, and so they just leave a chair there. And I don't remember why, but it was almost like somebody wants to sit in the chair in this room. Okay.
oh,
And it's
how
like a room of
interesting.
like the house. It's like it's like one of the wardens, or, like this was more up in the front, and where the warden was, that they actually leave a chair there because they get less activity if that chair is sitting there. And that, when I saw that come up, I was like kind of freaked out. Because
Okay.
it's like,
I'm going to be taking notes, so we'll come back to that chair.
yeah, yeah, that's
Okay.
another one. So I got this feeling of, again, the positive and then the negative, the positive and then the not so positive. Like you just kind of had this juxtaposition of emotions and feelings as you go.
Yeah, that
And that's kind of how I
phrase
felt when I went in,
being
because
there.
of course I was excited, but you're kind of scared too. You're kind of like,
Exactly.
what?
Yeah.
You have this
When the
trepidation.
adrenaline kind of levels out, it's like, but it made me think of that. Wasn't there a movie too called Scared Straight? So,
Yes, I thought that. Yeah,
I feel like they made these kids feel a little welcomed in front of their families. Oh, we'll welcome you in. We have all these wonderful plans for you for your rest of your life, get you ready for the
right,
rest of your life. And then
right,
once those doors slam shut,
right, right, right.
oh
I mean,
my
it was for adults. It wasn't for kids. They were too old for juvenile
God,
correction.
right.
But I know what you mean. This was like your
The
most
tweens.
likely like younger, like maybe early 20s or something. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Where you
Yeah.
weren't like maybe at that point off like a hardened criminal.
Right.
You weren't going to the penitentiary, but yeah. So it's just I got that weird kind of double feeling
I love
walking
that.
out of you. Yeah.
Well, that makes total sense with these cards. I want to see if anybody else was feeling anything. What's this say? The facility admitted to its first inmates in 1896 after 10 years of 10 years of construction. Wow. Okay. So, okay, Aries is pulling cards. Yay. Full reversed, 4 cups. And a new star is coming. Card in reverse for the Moonology card.
Yeah, I like that. I actually pulled a Moonology card too, and I got your
Me too.
dreams need a practical plan, which
Wow.
would kind of make sense because,
Yeah.
you kind of have to get practical and
Yep. Yep.
not kind of just do whatever you want.
I love this. Welcome
Yeah.
to California. I love that, Sonia. Okay,
Oh,
so
Beck
and
says
Heather
too.
left us.
Yeah, and
And,
I'm sorry. Oh yeah, I think
oh,
did she have a show or something? I have to go. Yeah.
yeah, but she did pull cards before she left. 7 of Swords, 2 of Cups, Death, and 5 of Cups.
Oh, yeah, that's the
Wow.
same kind of thing. And Beck said the same thing. I drew the same transition in the cards, like light to dark. Yeah. Oh,
Right.
interesting.
Yes. Where did she go? Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
I love
There.
that. Yeah. So, they probably very much portrayed it as, come here and we'll make you have,
Yeah,
we'll get you
to
ready
reform
for the
it.
best part of your life. And then
Yeah.
she said, I guess when you showed that picture, the energy of the hall creeped her out.
It is kind of creepy.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. And then she says, loving elements to karmic trench to lightning bolt.
Yes. Oh, we are all getting like the same
Yeah.
energy,
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. So, I think what I'd like to do now, since we've answered that one, Um, excuse me. Um, I want to go through it. So take me through maybe 1 to 2 rooms at a time, and then we'll pull cards on each of those rooms.
Well, there was the chapel area, as I recall.
Okay.
So there was
How did you
that.
feel in the chapel area?
Actually, I felt quite lighthearted in there. That was really set
That
up like
was
a
a
chapel
nice.
with stained glass windows and pews.
Mm-hmm.
I felt really very nice in there. As I
Yeah.
recall, they then out, and again, there was many parts to this tour. I'm just remembering a few parts.
Yes.
As I recall, though,
Yes.
that after that, they would take us through like a stairwell. We went upstairs to like an attic area where they
Oh
had
my
us
God.
all sit down along both sides of the walls, and they turned the lights out, and we sat there for like 10 minutes to see if we could see or feel anything.
Right. Okay.
I personally was waiting to see or feel something, and I did not in that attic.
You did not.
I did not. And
So
of
it's
course,
both.
everyone's just sitting there, or you can't see anyone really. I mean, I couldn't really see. I don't recall being able to see hardly at all.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I mean, that was like, you're kind of waiting, and then it was like, okay, nothing really happened for me. And I don't recall that anybody in the group, because obviously if somebody got something, they would share it with the group. You know what I mean?
Sure. Okay. So when you went, how long ago when you went?
Oh, it was probably 10 years ago.
10
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah.
And then were you into your gifts then?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. So I don't know if I
So
would have a different experience now. And
right.
they also have where you can actually sleep over there. They actually will do like a tour where people sleep over in like I believe in like the prison area, like in the cell areas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no.
I would like to say I would, but I don't know if I don't know.
I know. Like I've never really been.
I'd like to think I would because I would,
Right.
Love to do paranormal investigation. But that first sound would be like
I would be like out of my mind. You're not going to sleep all night. I mean, if you might nod off, but I mean, I know for me, I wouldn't get any sleep. And I think it ends at like 6 in the morning or something like that. Like it ends real early because they know once the sun comes up, everybody's been up all night and
all the vampires go to sleep.
Right.
Well, do you want to pull some cards on the attic and see?
Sure, I'll pull some cards on the attic. Yeah, to see if there was anybody, any entities up there or anything that I got up there. I don't recall it, like I say. In fact, I recall being kind of disappointed that I didn't, that somebody didn't see something, or hear something, or feel something. But
all right. So this next question is: are there any energies in the attic? So let's see if any ghosts like to hide up there. That you never know, because when they start doing tours, they might try to be hiding places, and some may not want to interact with the human experience.
I agree.
Energies in the attic. Be fascinating. Okay. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
This is it truly is a like it says, I'm using Madame Wilhelmina's Tarot, Monsters, the Macabre, and Autumn Scenes. And it was I got this off of Etsy years ago, and it just pulling some macabre things. Okay, I'm gonna only pull 3 cards for this one. Interesting. So I pulled the 5 of Wands. So this place had to have some rivalries and competitions for, sometimes I'm going to say food, because look at this image. Clearly this is vampiric. So it almost looks like there were things that went on that others turned an eye and didn't report, or totally ignored, or but definitely some heated competition, I think, was going on there, whether this is in the attic or not. And then I got 10 of Wands. So I
I
wonder
think
if they
so.
were allowed to have lady visitors and they went up in the attic.
I don't think so. As I recall, we were up and down stairwells and all. By the time we got up there, you believe me.
um, but so I don't know how to read this one for the attic energy. So just yeah, I'm thinking maybe it was just plain old storage place, but some people went up there. I got High Priestess though. So that's
Interesting.
interesting.
Aries Dawn said that she got the High Priestess and the Fool in reverse
I
again.
see that.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Um, so if I'm going to go attic and High Priestess energy, secrets. There's some
Yeah.
secrets of some things that, like I said, I think maybe some things, may have happened up at the attic that some others turned an eye to.
Interesting. Yeah.
Maybe
Because
instead of, beating the person up out in the weight field, the rec yard, at night, maybe they did that. What's that called? High hazing. But you never know. Some things may have gotten taken up to the attic. So there's
yeah.
secrets.
Yeah.
All right, what do you have?
Well, I got two sword cards. I got the Ace of Cups. I mean, Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords. This just kind of, I don't know, like cutting through things, thinking maybe people were thinking about doing stuff up there, or like, oh, that'd be a great place to, do something. I don't know. But again, this Ace of Swords, and then I got this Four of Swords, kind of stepping back, meditating, but kind of stepping away from things. I don't know. Again, this is kind of a resting energy too, or it can be,
Yeah.
just taking, maybe it was a place, maybe it was some type of retreat too, maybe for not only, I'm just hearing not only for the inmates, but for the people that work there, they could kind of escape up there and get a
Right.
little break. I don't
Right.
know. And then I
Mm-hmm.
got this
Mm-hmm.
judgment card. So, and this is interesting because this is almost like, this is, Archangel Gabriel, blowing his trumpet and bringing people up. And I'm wondering if there weren't a portal up there or something. Yeah, I got bowling time to reflect. And I wonder if there was some type of portal where the spirits could go in and out, or where they can now.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Right.
Wow.
So today there it could be that portal.
Yeah. That's what that made me think, is that this just
Yeah.
movement of people leaving and going up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Oh, okay. So after the attic, where'd you go?
Well, I don't remember where we went after the attic, but I can talk about the shower room.
Oh yes, do.
So I have a couple pictures here, which were quite interesting. And this is where they called this the car wash, I believe. They might, again, I haven't been there for 10 years. What this is this is where the inmates, these are all shower heads. And the
Mm-hmm.
water would start flowing. And I believe that they all got a shower once a week on Sundays or
Oh.
Saturdays. And then I think Sundays were visitor day. So they would get in a line, all of them, and they would walk under these shower heads as they were moving, as they were on. The water was on. You can see there's a drain, down here.
Yeah, yeah.
And this person here in the orange, that happens to be my husband. I was actually on the other, you can see the group. Our group is over on this end of the wall. On the back wall, I was standing next to another woman who we wandered off. I think there was a bench and we were sitting there, and they were telling us that they felt that there were three entities in this shower room.
Mm.
And so what they did was, now you can see the shower, the shower heads here, and you can see the drain. They would walk down. You understand what that is. They said, we're going to turn off the lights and see if anybody sees anything. They always felt there were three entities in this shower area. And they said for some reason it was three men who really enjoyed, I believe they listened to baseball a lot, or they knew a lot about baseball, and they were really, really good friends. Seemed to be the three entities that would congregate into this shower area.
Mm-hmm.
So they turned out the lights, and I was standing there again, or sitting against the wall on the bench. And the woman next to me said, I just took a picture and I see orbs. I'm like, what? I'm like, okay, that's what I'm taking a picture, right? I took the picture. I don't remember what I saw at the time, but when I got home and I looked at the picture, you can see actually it goes this way. I apologize. Here's my husband, and there's 3 orbs. There's one, 2, and 3. So there are 3. This down here is the floor, and that I don't think you. I can kind of see circles of light like around here. I don't believe. I think that was something with the flash or something. But again, I really never even saw those, so I printed this out. But right away when I looked at the picture later, there's that orb.
Yeah.
And then this orb, and really made me think when she said that. And then I like I said, I took a picture right then. So this area did seem to be, have some
little bit activity,
a little bit of activity here, right? And then they were. I will say we can read on it, but these were like 3 friends who happened to be in, and they seemed to hang out, talk about baseball. Baseball was a big thing, it seems like, for these 3 men. And
well, there was a bonding. You'd have to bond and stuff.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you have to do something when you're there. I'm sure they listen to it and that, like listen. I'm assuming they listen to maybe a radio, or were able to pick up baseball broadcasts or something like that.
All right. Well, maybe we could pull on, make this kind of a 2-part question.
Sure.
So I'm going to put energies of, hello, it's not typing. I'm typing away, but it's not. Okay. So 2-part energy.
I love that Akashic Tarot. I have that Akashic Tarot deck too.
Do you? And I'll call it the shower room. If I can spell right. So first we're going to do the energies of the shower room, and then we're going to maybe see about the energies of these 3 friends.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds nice.
Okay.
So
energies in the shower room, because obviously a lot of people gathered around in there.
Yes.
And was it a good place, a bad place, healing place, multi-place? Shower room. I heard, don't drop the soap. No, but you know what? I'm really thinking there's not too much malevolence there, because if they had to continue walking, right?
Yes, from what I understand is they walk under those shower heads.
Right. So it's keep them moving. Okay. Keep them moving.
Yeah. In fact, I got actually some really nice cards so far. And they said that, I believe that they showered every Saturday, and then they had their visitations on Sunday. So like everybody was clean. Like when their family came or their friends or whatever, everybody was clean, and
It's funny you say Sunday, and look what I pulled.
Right.
Oh my God. So clean on Sundays. That's funny. All right, let's see. So I don't feel.
I got really good cards for. I have like 6 cards on. I really have like really good. Yeah, Beck, I agree. Not too malevolent. In fact, the cards I got for. I'll tell you mine right now. I got the Sun.
Okay, perfect.
I got the 3 of Pentacles, which is really fine. Community and people working together. And then I got the Wheel of Fortune, really very nice cards. And when I pulled from the other deck, I got Turtle, which is slow moving, will take a while, slow and steady progress, don't rush. I would assume that's how it was walking through those, don't rush. Everybody has to take their time, walk in line, nice and slow so nobody falls. I got Clover, which is good fortune. Luck is on your side. Prosperous relationships and prosperity consciousness. I think it was a nice time actually to get and then Acorn, which is of course prosperity and abundance, good luck energy, good things to come. Yeah, so I think that was actually probably a nice part of their week, or that
Anyway. I'm going to go before I show my cards. So, Beck got Double Kings, Alpha Men. That had to make them feel really good when they're clean,
Right. And you knew your family was coming the next day or whatever.
Nine of Swords, Page of Cups,
Very
Two
nice.
of Swords. Yeah. So how will we read this? Nine of Swords, Page of Cups, and then Two of Swords. That's interesting energy.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of swords too with some of these cards. Yeah.
And then
And Sonia says superstition. The song just came on. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
oh, that is funny. That is funny. Yeah. Well, superstition. I got the moon.
Yeah.
So moon energy. So let's see. How would we? She's like a masquerade, going to the masquerade. She's feeling good about herself. It's got to feel good going to bed clean after being dirty for a whole week.
Mm-hmm.
And she feels like she can take her mask off, so you don't have to be this big tough guy. You're just going through the line. And I want to laugh because you said it was Sundays, and here's a nun.
Yeah.
Card. This is Temperance card. So
nice.
that
kind of a balance.
Yeah. And being on Sundays, you said they brought in a religion.
Look, I just pulled this Temperance from the top of the deck. Isn't that crazy? Oh my gosh. Yeah.
You know what is interesting? Okay, so we are bringing balance into a place where, look at this, where it's not a cleanest place in the world. You're sleeping with the bugs, but she comes in having religion, bringing that balance on a Sunday. And then I've gotten, well, this is interesting. I pulled the Seven of Swords here. But for me, the Seven of Swords, I use it as, grasping the information that is very much needed at the time and leaving the other information behind. There's a bridge here. I'm trying to see if I think that's a road. And also, so even though this might not have anything to do with the shower, this place is trying to give information that these individuals can use on their road out of there and onto look at the sunshine here. So towards a good life. And then I got Ace of Coins. So
nice. That's like a new fertile beginning.
Exactly. So
I mean, I think anywhere you have something like this is going to have some negative issues, or it's not all going to be sunshine and happiness. Yeah. But I think that there was a lot of that too. I mean, I think that I'm not making light of it or saying it's great or anything.
There probably was that.
I think there were some good parts to it. And it's funny because when I read earlier, it said about that one of the things that they concentrate on was religion. And when I did go into that chapel area, it was very bright. It was quite welcoming. Even though it was, I'll say it was decrepit. I'm not going to say that. I mean, you can see the hallways and things, but it had a different energy to it. Like just felt lighter.
Yeah. All right. So now I want to go on the energy of the Three Friends.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I'm going to do a different deck for that. Energy of the Three Friends. I've spent the weekend trying to break in this deck. It's so thick.
It sounds thick.
Short fingers. It's the I don't have the deck here or the box here. The Mystic Palette. My go-to for everything. And when I have to split it up into 4 and shuffle the half. And so this weekend it shuffles like a dream that way. And I'm finally speaking too soon is what I'm doing. They're finally becoming flexible enough to shuffle the whole deck. All right, Three Friends energy. Everyone, Three Friends energy.
I can certainly go over the cards I got if you're okay with that, if you're ready.
Yeah.
Well, the three friends energy I got, again, I got the sun card.
Oh, look at
Moving
that.
forward, having friends, feeling good about things, a sense of innocence, like a friendliness in that. I then got the obstacle card, in this case being this devil card, of course, restrictions, right? I think they felt, and there's three people on this card. Obviously, there's the devil and the two people, but
Yes.
there's three. But having the restrictions, obviously. Then going into the Three of Pentacles, once again, three people.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, I can't believe that. Actually, it pulled up twice with three different entities. Again, though, working together in community, just trying to get through it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just trying to get through the situation. The last two cards I got the Ace of Cups, and then I got the Ace of Wands, like a new spiritual beginning, a new creative beginning, knowing that when this 18 months is over, there's new beginnings that are awaiting all of them, actually.
I think what I'm going to do is pull.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Beck, you're getting some awesome cards there. Aries, Dawn, the Tower, Knight of Swords in reverse, and Three of Wands. I'm sorry, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I'm going to do two different things. I'm going to pull the overall energy of the three. And I want to see if I can pull the energies of each individual one. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so for overall energy, now this is the Two of Coins, but I saw three because of the watch there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So the overall energy, them spending time together, there's a lot of transformation going on with these butterflies here. Trying to build a new foundation for themselves, and they're being guided. And I think these three friends could have possibly had divine guidance for them to come together as the three friends, like they were guided towards each other. I have here Four of Cups. So in a way, here's their three friends here. 1, 2, 3. And they're being offered a new way of life. A chance to go through life with grace, Nice. And then I got the Knight of Fire here. Look how amazing that is.
That's a beautiful
almost like the Three Musketeers energy I'm feeling.
Yeah.
That, one for all for one for all. So they were definitely looking out for each other. So I went friend number 1. Describe yourself. We have one friend, I think, that was more of the quiet type.
Nice.
And wise, very wise. Because he was so quiet, he did a lot of observing and learning. And
nice.
And then so friend number 2 come forward. I have here Ace of Pentacles. So very down to earth. He may have been one to offer comfort and healing, healing through your words, that thing. Definitely with these two little wolf energies, it's like I feel like he was more of the not leader of the pack type, but he was more of the one to stand strong, for them. And interesting enough, number 3, got the Judgment card. So, and when that card came out, I might pull a different one because that one didn't resonate when I pulled it. I'm like, that doesn't make sense, but I'm trying to see if it does actually. So he could have been one that was more religious.
Yeah.
Had more of a religious background behind him, and he was the one that was going to help them for redemption.
Yeah, maybe.
So I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to keep that and go with that. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I love that. And I also pulled a couple more cards, but go ahead if you have more.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
Well, I pulled a couple more, and and this is kind of like the three again as a group, and I got the skull, but it says rebuilding from ashes, almost like they all got together, like they were there to get together to rebuild their lives from the ashes, like things had gone, wrong. So as a group, I then got the DNA card, which says roots, identity, DNA inheritance, ancestral karma. Almost like they were meant to be together, right? In this lifetime, in whatever, format. And then I got stage, which is in the spotlight, attracting a lot of attention, desire to get noticed, and becoming famous. Well, they kind of are.
Well,
because,
yeah.
You know what I mean? They kind of have become famous in that tour, and that I don't know if they're still telling that story or whatever, but they kind of are famous too. They kind of are on stage now. And they obviously still come around, because with that last picture, they want to be seen. They want to be on stage.
I was wondering. Let's pull a quick card on if they passed there or they just like to meet there because that's where they met.
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I don't remember if they said anything.
Did they pass? Oops.
I'm going to just say, do they just all like to meet?
There. Or they meet there.
And in the chat, I mean, everybody got some really good.
I know.
This back with this ad, so I am here, and then the new life, the nest. I agree. This place was a home to them. I'm surprised by this reading too. I thought and Sonia, so glad they had each other.
The information that comes out is just amazing. And so this to me right here, this part of the story looks like a happy story.
Yeah.
Good vibration story. Okay, so I guess why are they there? Why are they there? Yeah, let me I don't know, can I delete my own messages? Ban user. I can ban myself, or I can put myself in timeout. Look at that. Okay, let's not do that. Rephrase. Okay, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, rephrase. Okay. Pretend I'm spelling proper. Why are they there? Why are the three there? There. Okay. Rephrase. Why are the three beings there? Okay, three gentlemen. Wow, I've got some interesting cards. So interesting. I got the Nine of Pentacles. So I think they really enjoyed their time together there. It was a successful endeavor for them, making friends for life. I got the Empress, so there was a lot of nurturing energy between the three of them.
Yeah.
They formed lifelong relationships, and I got the Chariot. So did you get the Chariot too?
Yes. Like the three of them, like 1, 2, 3, almost like they formed this bond, this tight bond together of learning and being together and moving forward.
Moving forward, fighting against opposing, energies, but being successful. So I believe they left there.
Yeah.
Successful and went on to have successful lives. And maybe they just happen to maybe they don't reside there. They just happen to come and visit once in a while.
Yeah, because I got that they like the nostalgia of it. It's almost like coming home. Okay.
Love that.
And then I got the Six of Wands. Like they come in, they're like the leader of the. Like they come in, they really like the pomp and circumstance, or they like the attention.
I think they a lot of people looked up to them.
Yeah.
So they may in turn have helped others.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
So Beck said they were committed to what they learned while they were there.
Yeah.
And we got the commitment card again.
Again, yeah, awesome.
Aries, Knight of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, and Three of, that's awesome. Look at that.
Right.
I love that. And Christine with her, ooh, so cool, right? Oh,
Yeah.
I love that. See, it doesn't have to be all haunty.
Right. No, it actually is I think it's kind of turned out very nice energy.
Yeah.
I almost feel like they're happy that we're doing this too tonight, that they're like
It
happy
should
to be
be.
recognized again.
Why don't we do this real quick? See if they have a message. Let's pull cards. So let's pull cards.
Christine, I love this too. It's fun. Yeah.
A message from the three. Okay. What message do they have to convey? Oh, I still. My fingers got a little trigger happy. That's meant to say three. What message from the fur? Trace. All right. If they have a message, you have a message. Is there a message?
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I got right away the Nine of Swords, the anxiety, the worry. Okay, you have anxiety. Here's the message. You know, we all go through life with anxiety. There are moments of our life like this where we sleepless nights, anxiety, whatever. But we have to be strong and really be balanced and really turn like lead into gold, like and have this alchemy of taking what is offered to us in this world, even and remain balanced, one foot on the water, one foot on the ground, and really remain balanced. Yes, and change using that alchemy to change a bad thing into a good thing, to change, make the best of whatever your situation is. Why is that? Because then you end up with this Ace of Cups, this emotional balance. It's almost like sources coming down, your cup runneth over. When you find that balance, your cup runneth over, you have the emotional balance, or just saying, wherever you are, whatever situation you find yourself in. So
that is very motivating.
Yeah, wow. I'm just really like, yeah, wow. Thank you. That was a beautiful message.
That was. And so I got the King of Pentacles, so the King of Earth. Yep. So, like you said, the king didn't get where he is just by, sitting by the poolside sipping mimosas. There you go, mimosas. I said mimosas. But anyways, they learned nobility. Mm-hmm. They learned how to build from the bottom up, and they learned how to master. What's the word? You can change. You don't have to say, "Oh, I was born this way." You can mold yourself for success. I got the Queen of Cups, so they just they could have been working intuitively in their lives, making a place for themselves, because for me, queens are about making their space, creating their space, and manifesting. So we all have within us manifesting. And then I got the card transition, so I think maybe with this horse being kind of gilded in a way, that they made a choice in life how to make a name for themselves, how they transitioned, and it was a beautiful thing, and they did it with nobility.
And I just heard they did it together. It was stronger for them because they had the energy of all three of them.
Yeah, because look in here, they could have chosen a different path, and their life would have been hardened, and they may have passed on the straights, but they chose a different road, and they were able to pass with honors, let's say, dignity. That's the word I was looking for, with dignity, to become this beautiful King of Pentacles. So I love that. What's something to back? What did Beck say? Okay, balance, beautiful. The Magician. Aries got the magician. So they were able to do all their resources, use all the resources that were given to them while they were there.
Yeah. Yeah.
We do appreciate you all for joining in with us. It's just once we get that energy flowing, the collaboration is amazing between us and the chat and everyone. So
And it turned out to
everybody's,
be a different reading than I thought it would be.
yeah. That may change. Where are we going next?
Oh, that's all the rooms I have. Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
really recall any more of it. I mean, I'm sure I know it was, if you take the tour, if they still offer the tour, it was really worthwhile. It was a really, really excellent tour.
Right.
But yeah, that was about all I remember. This was a decade ago, Ginger. I don't even remember
Yeah.
what I had for breakfast yesterday. So
Right. What's this say? They recognized the opportunity and seized it. Why don't we offer this today to our young people? So they could have gone on and mentored.
yeah,
You know, they
maybe.
could have gone on and be mentors. Remember, I pulled the judgment card on the one. So
Yeah,
he could have gone on to mentor other youths and
yeah.
stuff. So, yeah. Um, okay, so okay, so let's, since you didn't experience much more, well, let's go back to that warden's chair.
Oh, that's right, the chair. Yeah, that was a chair. It was in a room, as I recall, and it was actually just a wooden chair. Well, I know that one chair was like all fluffy in the picture. This was just a wooden chair, and I can't
Oh,
remember
okay.
why they kept it in there, but they kept it in there. I think they said if they didn't have that chair there, and it didn't like to be moved, like they didn't want, like whatever this entity was, did not want anyone sitting in their chair, did not want the
Right,
chair moved, and they, if they didn't have a chair, and that's all that was in this room, by the way, was like
right,
one
right.
chair. And I don't really recall why. I apologize, but or what the deal was with that chair. But I remember thinking like nobody was allowed to sit in it, or that nobody
Yeah,
would sit in it, or it was
yeah.
like, yeah, we're just gonna leave that chair alone, okay? Like
Well,
we looked in the room at it and we were like, okay.
it could very well be that, you know, some people in those kind of positions, that was their life. That's all they knew. So in passing, maybe they just can't let that part go. So let's okay. So okay. Let's talk about the energy. The energy of the chair. I don't know how else to describe this. Hang on. The energy of the chair. So in other words, why is there more activity when that chair's there? So if you can think of a better phrasing, go ahead. Be my guide. Energy of the chair. And what kind of energies? Oh my goodness. Only 2 cards wanted to come out for that question, for about the energy of the chairs, but look who I have. The King of Coins. And he's on a chair of
And
all
he's
things.
sitting on a chair, and
It's
listen,
not a
yeah,
throne, it's a chair.
yeah.
How funny is that? So
Yes,
there's
look at
more energy because that was his chair, and it's just bathing in his energy, and yeah, he just loves to sit there. And then I've got the magician. So yeah, so he was the one with all the resources. He was the one who can give these individuals what they need to move forward. And he took that job to heart, and on just to that was his job, and that was his chair.
Yeah, well, it's funny
Right?
because I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was done.
Okay.
On that one.
I got the first card. I got the Queen of Pentacles. Look at the chair she's sitting in, right?
Another
That's,
chair.
I mean, when I pulled that card, I was like, yeah, sitting there and really holding quite a bit of the money and the, you know, the resources, like you said, holding the resources there in her lap, and like, yeah, I conservatively dole these resources out when I want to. I then got the Five of Swords, kind of like it's a competition. Like I'm the boss, and people were kind of arguing and bickering with each other to get resources.
Yeah.
Then I got the King, and look at the chair he's in, the King of Wands. I just realized that he's in another big chair.
Isn't it interesting that chairs are showing up when we're talking about a chair?
Yes, I mean there seems to be, and again, this again being a leader, having money, doling out ideas, doling out inspiration, doling out money, doling out resources. And then the last card I got, well, actually I got two more actually, and I got the Magician card. I think you also got the Magician card.
I did.
Yeah, and saying I'm the one who uses all my resources to make this place run, you know, and have this work. And then I got the Cupcake card, which says indulgence, personal satisfaction, and treating yourself and the sweet things in life. That chair was almost like that was like their thing, you know, like that's where I sit. Yeah. I'm not saying that they had a wooden chair when they were there, but obviously there's some entity in there that wants that has that possession of that, and say, this is my, you know, like, this is my desk, don't touch it. This is my stapler, don't touch it. You know, you have those employees that you work with, those coworkers who are just like, you know, don't cross, don't cross the line into my office area. So I get that feeling like, you know, that was their indulgence in that room, was what they had and how they had it set up. So I don't know, but it's amazing. We both got chairs and we both got
that's fascinating. So definitely, you want to pull on the energy.
You know, you have this. You have in your chat. You're gonna want to
Well, you know, Terror Destroyer. I feel like he's my friend because he honors me with his presence. You know, and you're coming in kind of late. We've had some fascinating stories of this reformatory. And you'd be very interested in knowing about it. Hey, thank you, Joe. Yeah, I saw him right when he popped in. I didn't want to interrupt you.
That's okay.
But hey, Sharon.
Hi, Sharon.
Come on in. Wait a minute. Hang on. Okay, Sharon, I'm going to put you as a moderator here. And then I thought Joe G was. She put him in timeout. I haven't seen Joe G in a while, but she put him in timeout.
Thank you.
Oh, there's Nancy. Awesome. But yeah, he was my first troll ever, and I just felt so honored. Just yay!
Me too. When he came into mine, I was like, "Oh, I arrived."
And the thing is, I feel important enough for him to want to be in my chat, so that makes me feel honored that he wants to be in my chat. So I love it. I love it.
That's how I felt too.
Okay. Okay. So I got squirreled. So do we want to pull energies on the warden to see what his let me go back to this deck. What kind of warden was he? Let's see. Let me type that in. Energy of the warden.
Back.
Oh, there's Joji. Okay. Oh, what was the energy of the warden? I bet he had two different. I feel like he was two different people.
I'm picking that kind of.
The King of Cups. That's how I feel. You would be King of Cups. What is this? Oh, not the King of Cups. Okay. Oh, here's another. Oh, wait. What? Okay, these two. Prison. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Okay. So you want to go? Do you have your
Oh
card?
yeah, sure. I got 3 cards here. The first one I got is strength. He definitely had an inner strength and an inner courage to do
Mm-hmm.
to run
Mm-hmm.
all this. Okay, there was, and almost too that there was a level of trust that he instilled with his employees and with other people because he needed that to do that, and he could
Yeah.
work with them, and they were trusting of him. Okay,
Right.
that he took
Right.
good care of the people that he needed to take good care of. He dealt with a lot of conflicting energies in there, a lot of conflicting things going on, but he was always in control. Okay, he did not lose the control of the reins of that chariot. And then the last card that I got is the Emperor, which he, you know what? It kind of shows like he. I love this card because it shows someone who's a leader, the Emperor, and it shows someone who really has a respect for the people that he leads, and they have a respect and a love for him too. And if you'll notice, he's sitting here kind of relaxed, but he has his Knight of Shining Armor,
Like
his
his armor
armor on.
underneath
He's
it.
ready to get up
So
and
when he
defend.
needs to.
Yes, right? It's like that iron fist and a velvet
Yeah.
glove.
Yeah.
Okay, an iron fist with this
Because I'm
velvet
sure
glove
there was
on.
battles.
Absolutely. That's just going to
Well,
be
just
part
like
of the
the Five of Wands that I pulled earlier. He had to
right.
be.
It's just part of what it's part and
Yeah.
parcel of the position.
Yeah. Let me go into here real quick before I do mine. Aries got the Judgment in reverse and the King of Pentacles. So that Judgment in reverse, that's interesting. Maybe he could be harsh when he needed to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
The Hierophant
Hierophant and
too.
the
Yeah,
Sun.
being like a
You know,
teacher
and we were talking about the religion
and the
aspect.
religion, right? And that's government right there, right? And
Yeah.
then the Sun still having like I don't want to say a funny disposition, but still having, a higher energy with all that.
It's like there was days where he wanted to, well, it's funny. This was one of my cards. The days he wanted to celebrate life, things
Yeah.
were good. He's doing good.
Right.
But what I pulled was the first one was interesting. It was the Wheel of Fortune.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, there's cycles, there's challenges.
Mm-hmm.
This is interesting because in this image, it shows in Tarot de Marseille the Fool and then the World card.
Yeah.
So from start to finish, the cycles, he was very much, I think, in control of these cycles.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
this does not, because he liked balance. So there's yin and yang. So he definitely strived for balance. I got the Three of Wands here, the Three of Fire. So he was definitely there to help the others, because we had to do it as a team. Nobody can do this by themselves. So he was there to guide them for that ship coming in for them to start their new life. And then, oh my God. So I feel like he may have been there himself
Mm-hmm.
with this image.
Yeah.
And maybe at one time he wished he could have had a mentor. And like this facility is doing for these others.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel like these kids, because they're young adults, they're man cubs as I call them. Learning from the harsh lessons of life. So sorry. Tarot Destroyer wasn't in timeout that long. And abide by the community guidelines. Learn more. Christine Freybeck. That's what they came to mind. I'm trying to just see if he has any words of wisdom. Okay, so Sonia said, my best friend was a prison guard in a man's facility in Texas for the worst offenders. Oh my God, that had been hard.
Yeah. Good.
Her and I have known each other for 52 years. I don't know how she did it. It must take a lot to do that. So
I totally agree.
yeah, like your emperor there who had that. He wanted to be known as a soft person, but he had that armor ready to go to be. And I feel like he was very balanced. You know, he showed this. I said that earlier before we pulled cards. I feel like he was too. He came off a very kind teacher, but he had to be hard on these kids. So, and that's the kind of the perfect mentor, because they had to learn hard lessons, and they had to have. And
well, there's a reason they went in, right? I mean, they didn't just show up for no reason.
Yeah. So they had to be hard. And then he ended up softening up a little bit to some of them because they became very more aware. Oh, thank you, Sharon. My friend said, what she said, they looked at her like mama, and but when they acted up, she would put them in their place. And so she's a nice person.
Don't cross.
Yeah. So it's very much that emperor energy you had. Boundaries, you know. And it kind of shocks them when you're very nice to them and everything. When they do something wrong, they think you're going to get away with it because you're so nice all the time. And then you put on that hardened armor and like, oh, buddy, bad decision. Bad decision. Let's discuss.
Let's discuss. Let's discuss in the attic. No.
In the attic. All right, here's name 2 chatter. Does anyone want me to time out? You can even just time them out again. Yeah, time them out again. The use of psychology. So Morella, first time to catch, very interesting. This is always very interesting. I love, like we still have to say it's for entertainment purposes only, but it just a very awesome story unfolds, and then having everybody help with this story, it just and like now it's creating a new awareness.
Yes.
It may be haunted, and we haven't touched on any malevolent things yet because we chose to focus on these 3 orbs and the 3 friends. So to see that there are maybe both kind of energies there. We have maybe those hardened criminals that that probably are there haunting the place still.
Sure. Most likely,
but we got to touch upon that it wasn't such a horrible place.
Yeah.
So
and friendships were formed, like lifelong friendships were formed, almost that were meant to be.
Yeah, and you had saying that, and I said absolutely. I got that acknowledgement.
I love that. Yeah.
So some probably didn't fare as well and didn't have the happy ending, but it's good to know there was happy there. There was some happy.
There was
friendships. Yeah. Stuff like that. So yeah. So I like back. Trolls are mystical creatures.
Yes, they are.
So everybody, I've really enjoyed this. What do you think, Avana?
I did too. I really enjoyed this. Thanks for having me on. This was a lot of fun.
Nice process, isn't it?
Yeah. And I really enjoyed having people in the chat read along with us. That was fun.
It really does add a new it adds some affirmation to some, and then some new light. And it's just I hope those of you who are new to this found this enjoying. I love doing it. It's new, it's interesting. And I channel right now best through images.
Yeah.
So my mediumship is only maybe, I don't know, let's see, 2019, 20-ish. It's when I first did a medium
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
And so images really help me because in certain decks, their images are just so, there's so many stories in one card
Oh
sometimes.
yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I love, like I said, I've always loved the paranormal. So this is a new way for me to interact with paranormal since I don't go out there haunted house hunting.
Right. Right.
This is the safe place.
Right. Right.
All right,
I
now I have
agree.
lights on. We're good to go. But so thank you for sharing this experience. This is a really like I said, it's nice. They don't always have to be scary. Now we could do a part two another time if you wanted to, and then dive into that more scarier aspect.
I
But
don't even know if I really want to go there at the moment. You know what I mean? Because this really was
this
such
was
a
a good
beautiful, like,
feeling, right?
yeah, it is. It feels nice that these three entities were together. And I think that let's see, who was it? Oh, good grief. Oh, Nancy said, I think it is sad that the souls are trapped there.
Yes.
Is there no relief for them? I don't think that, I didn't get the feeling that these three are trapped. I get the feeling that they come down and they just want to be a part of the tour and be and
Yeah.
kind of have that stage presence, that card that I pulled earlier, that they want to
Yeah.
be on stage and kind of like and get their story out there and get
Uh-huh.
known. And I think we
I
but I
think
could
they
be
did
wrong. I
that.
mean, but I just, that's the feeling that resonates with me, is that they come down and they're still friends and they're just hanging
Yeah.
out with us.
I've never gotten the impression they're trapped there.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
Yeah. And I think that that's because that's where they met, that's kind of a meeting place here and there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, which is beautiful. Let's see. Joe G had a topic
Okay.
idea. Mega Christian media purchases and expansion in TV stations and radio stations in rural areas. Wait a minute, hang on. I'm not sure I'm quite getting that. Current weird term. The MAGA Christian media purchase and expansion in TV. We might have to chat about that, and I'm not quite sure if that's a paranormal thing. We'll have to see. So here, Sonia, it turned out way better than I thought because of the creepies. I was looking down the dark hole, and but there was light there. 3 meals, yeah, that was
Yeah,
amazing. Yeah.
yeah.
And then I think Beck asked me. Yeah, it was Beck. My favorite deck for channeling. So it's interesting. So my first experience with channeling. I told this story earlier today. My son came home from school one day and he was sad, and I was using the Good Tarot in my room. I was playing, and I asked him what had gone. I'll try to keep the story short. Uh, he works with special needs as a volunteer. My oldest has special needs, and he would volunteer in the classes once he got into high school. And he came home saying that one of the special needs students passed away unexpectedly. And so I said, oh, well, let me see if I can pull some cards so that you can give them a message, not a eulogy, but just an enlightening message.
Yeah.
And as I started shuffling, I started getting tingles all over, and some emotion came in me. And I said to him, I said, I feel like she is wanting to give the message here. So I started pulling cards, and I was crying through the whole thing. It was so beautiful. And she was actually, I have it here. Let me read it. The cards I pulled out, this is the message. She did not want people to cry and mourn for her. She says she's freed from her earthly limitations, and she didn't want people to live in the image. And this is what I put: lie not in sorrow and sadness. The image was a girl leaning over an apple, and in sorrow, and she didn't want people to stop their lives to mourn for her. It says, spread your wings just as I am now. Be caring and generous to one another. Trust in divine timing. I'm in a magical place now. I'm getting tingles.
That's
I'm in the
beautiful.
presence of the kingdom of our Creator.
Oh, beautiful. That, I mean, yeah.
It was just the most amazing thing. So the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed. I call it a tarot oracle. I use it a lot more oracally than tarot because of the images. And then this Ciro Marchetti deck, I've gotten some really good readings there. But like in Mel's Paranormal Live, when Mel came on, I was very drawn to use the John Bauer Tarot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't have any clue how this is going to work, but let's do this. It was a perfect deck for that. So,
Yeah.
But the Good Tarot, if I were to do a mediumship reading, the Good Tarot is usually the one I grab.
I wrote it down. I'm going to look into it. It sounds really good. It sounds like a really good
let
deck.
me, I just put it away. I also use it for my some Fae readings because it's got a lot of Fae energy in it. Let's see. So this is like,
oh, beautiful.
I'll
tell you what, people come up with just some of the most beautiful images.
So here's a good example. This says Seven of Air. You know, that's Seven of Swords. That's, in other decks that could be bad, but here it's like, here's the person, they're receiving messages from their guides, they have loved ones around them, and so I use it very differently. I mean, it's just,
the
bummer is it is very glossy, but it's got a lot of angels in it. It's got Fae in it. Look at this Regal Queen.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, I have to show you at least two more. Let me find them real quick. Okay. This was the actual card I pulled when she said she was in the kingdom of the Creator.
Oh my gosh. It's beautiful. I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah. But this Emperor, I have to show you the Emperor. He is Odin. He's very Odin. Oh, look at this.
I love that.
He's so happy. I love that.
Yeah, he's just very happy. Just like that.
I mean, there's so many. This was the card that drew me to buy the deck.
Yeah.
But let me show you that one too.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
But I'll show you the Emperor real quick. You are the very last card.
Nice.
So that's the Good Tarot, and I didn't buy it for years because of the title. The Good Tarot. How good can this tarot be?
Right.
But I kept seeing that one image, and I'm like, I have to have her.
Yeah, so, I bought a deck, and I can't remember what it is, but there's one card in it that I like. I love the image, and that's why I bought the deck. And I can't even say I even use the deck. I can't remember what the name is, but I can see the image in my mind, and I love it.
All right, let's see. Let me see. Back to the chat. Thank you, Mirella. That was the most amazing experience I had ever had, and I didn't know that I could channel somebody, and it was beautiful. Um, you know what? I don't know if I turned on subscriber. I think I forgot to turn on subscriber only today.
That's hard to remember. Yeah, you have to do it each time, right?
So everybody in chat, please like and subscribe. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments after the show. And if you'd like to see more, have suggestions. This was fascinating, Avana. Thank you for bringing that story to us.
You know, it really worked out well. Again, I thought it'd be really scary and I was a little apprehensive, but I have to tell you, really enjoyed it.
Well, maybe that's why it took this route.
Yes. Yes.
You know,
yes.
that it wasn't meant to. Because I do want people to see. Bye, Aries. Thank you for coming, sweetheart. I do want people to see that even though I love scary stories and all that scary paranormal stuff, I love that stuff. But I love to hear the good energies as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so this again helps people to see there is a balance. You know, it's
Absolutely.
not all ooky, altogether ooky and but so Avana, you have things coming up you want to tell everybody?
I do. I know this in a couple weeks. I think October 6th. This is kind of out there, but it'll be here before I know it. I'm on with Sherry of the Swamp, and then I have a show. I think in a week or so with Marina. Every Sunday or Monday, I put out my weekly pick a card. I'm actually posting. I'm going to start posting like 2 videos a week on different topics that interest me, and then Kelly with Dozen Cats every other Thursday. I believe the next show will be Thursday, September 28th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. We do a happy hour. We sometimes pull cards, we sometimes don't, but we just talk and laugh and
that sounds fun.
Yeah, we really have a nice time together. So yeah, so a couple things coming up, just the usuals, you know, but keeping busy.
Keeping busy, yeah. Yeah, I had a good run over the summer, and I started a new career. And so I'm coming home with a little bit more energy. So I think I'll have enough energy to keep this momentum. It slowed down just a little bit, but I'm ready to keep it going again.
Yeah.
I think I'm trying to think. So I'm trying to book some October Paranormals. Oh, Jean. So Jean, Sun Psychic Jean, we did a paranormal a few weeks ago, and she kind of came in not really expecting much out of it, and she enjoyed it so much that she wants to be co-host on some endeavors. So I might have to come up and come up with some places and do some more. But I really like it. And then one of my first guests was Sasha Graham, who is the deck creator. She works for Llewellyn. She's a writer for Llewellyn. I had the privilege of being in a tarot group with her. And when I started Paranormal, she's the first person I thought of because she's a wonderful storyteller. So I messaged her up. I'm like, Sasha. And she says, I'm in. This sounds fantastic. And so what we did with her was Llewellyn took them to Italy. And she went to, I can never remember, I keep wanting to say Marseille. It's not San de Marseille. I always forget the name, but it's a castle up in the mountains in Italy. And so we investigated that, and that was so much fun.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, she's an awesome person. I'm gonna have to it's October. See if she wants to come up and do another one. She's been doing a lot of traveling lately, so I want to see if she's gotten any spooky places. But once again, thank you so much for bringing this story to us. I had a wonderful time, and I just can't wait till the next one. I just love doing this investigation stuff. So, yeah, Sunday Michelle. Yeah. Yeah, I know that one. Michelle is right though. But thank you, Beck. um, yeah, Sunday Michelle. But that was a very interesting story. That was fun. So, but thank you once again. Thank you everyone for coming in and joining us and helping the story unfold and enlightening the whole atmosphere of this haunted reformatory. So now we know that there's happy hauntings, and we won't go on the other side with Avana anyway. But I loved it. I loved finding these three friends.
So did
So
I.
that
That
was
was
the most
fun.
wonderful experience. So,
It was.
so in case I did forget to hit that subscribers only. Most everybody here, I believe, is subscribed anyway. So I appreciate you very much. And I know they've been putting your channel in there, Avana
Thank
Intuitive.
you. Yes, thank
And
you.
let's
If you'd
subscribe to
like to
her
stop by and
channel.
subscribe, I'd appreciate it.
Absolutely, we need to support each other, and that's why I love this
Yeah.
community. So, all right, so I'm going to bid everyone a good night, and I'm going to take Avana and I out of the picture, and we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Namaste.